Hey y'all, welcome back. Today I wanted to film a little chatty sit-down video with you guys. I just turned 25 this past week, and with that I feel like in the last 3 years especially I've learned so much. It has been a just completely wild couple of years, but I'm so grateful for them and they've taught me so much, and I kind of just wanted a place to document and share all of these life lessons with you guys too. And by all means, this is not a comprehensive list. I feel like there's so many things that I'm learning every single day, but these ones kind of keep showing a repetitive theme in my life, and I wanted to share them with you guys. So let's get started. Life lesson number 1 is to, for the love of all things good in this life, please stop comparing someone's once-in-a-lifetime moments and experiences with your day-to-day life. Quite frankly, like YouTube, Instagram is a highlight reel. We all know it. Even with people trying to be more real and transparent, you're not putting yourself out there 24 hours a day. Even on a dream vacation, there are going to be some less than ideal moments. I for sure know that was true for a honeymoon. And so with that being said, stop glamorizing someone else's life for the small snippets that you're getting to see, and then thinking that your life is less than because of that. Life lesson number 2, this one took me way longer than it should have to realize, quite frankly, but it's that some friendships may last a lifetime, but more often than not, most are just meant to last a season. And you don't need to keep dragging a friendship along to try and keep it alive, even though it's long past dead. Each serves its purpose, and sometimes you just need to recognize that friendship for what it is and let it go. Life lesson number 3, and it is a big, bitter, hard pill to swallow. I am so aware of that. But it's the fact that we all have to take ownership over our own lives. Kind of like no one else can make you a healthier person, make you go to the gym, make you eat the right foods. No one can just make you physically fit. You have to choose to do all of those things. The same goes with your finances. You have to choose, and you're in full control over where your finances are going. I choose to live in this house. I choose all the responsibilities of homeownership that come along with it. I choose to pay for everything that comes into it. I choose to pay for the dress that I'm wearing. And those are all the choice at the end of the day. And so while some of these things are luxuries and others are just day-to-day life, you are still in control of what you are doing and choosing to do with your life experiences, how you spend your money, how you treat your body. And so ultimately, the life that you have and how your body is treated is completely up to you. Life lesson number 4, and it's one that I am continuing to learn and get better at day by day, and that is just to chill out. Don't take life so seriously. You don't need to treat your life as if it's a battlefield. And in saying that, I also think that you don't need to set so many arbitrary, unrealistic goals for yourself, especially when you don't know what the future holds for you. For some reason, I had this idea that I was going to own a house by the time I was 22, and there were so many things that could have gotten in the way of that, or people that say I'm going to get married at 25 and have kids at 28. You cannot control all those factors. So with that being said, just chill out and take life as it is and enjoy each day. Stop sacrificing your present moment for a future that is not guaranteed. Life lesson number 5 took me quite a while to realize, but that is the fact that there is no such thing as true life balance. So just stop chasing it. Instead, start prioritizing an intentionally imbalanced life. Everyone goes through seasons in their life. Right now I'm in a season of working on YouTube while my husband is busy, as you might even hear him, playing Rocket League to get his master's paid for. And so there are just seasons where you're going to have to work your butt off, and others where you get to sit back and relax. So prioritize what is important to you in that moment. Right now he has to get schoolwork done. There's just not another option there. Otherwise we are throwing all this money down the drain. So right now he may be prioritizing that, but once he's done here in December, it means we can go back to prioritizing us or whatever we want to at that time. So just recognize that we can never have it all. You can never ever have a perfect work life, perfect home life, perfect friendship, perfect house, perfect everything. It's just not going to happen. It's not feasible. So prioritize maybe 2, 3, handful of things that are important to you and just focus on those. Life lesson number Life lesson number 6, and that is to invest as soon, as often, and as much as you possibly can. And this is true both of your finances, but also of your relationships. I think this is especially true in a marriage and long-term commitments like that. And it's to work on the hard things and the little things day by day, especially early on in your marriage, because it's going to pay in dividends throughout the remainder of your life. Just like how with compound interest, you put a little bit in at the start of your life, and then as time goes on, it just exponentially keeps on growing. And I want a marriage and a relationship that just exponentially just keeps on getting better. And obviously there's tips and changes and whatnot throughout life, but that's what I want. Life lesson number 7 is that you cannot buy a beautiful and happy life. It is something you have to choose and create for yourself. Quite frankly, as everybody seems to point out, is that yes, finances and having wealth can make it easier to be happy, but it cannot ultimately make you a happier person. And so you have to choose to be happy and content with where you currently are in life and what you currently have in life. Life lesson number 8, and I truly hope you take this one to heart, but I hope that you evaluate the source of your dreams, your goals, your desires, and honestly your actions as a whole. Because this life is too dang short to be living it for anyone but yourself. If I was living up to my parents' expectations or even my own expectations of me just a few years ago, I would be in med school right now. And while I think that is an incredibly amazing path to go down, and I am so proud of the doctors that I get to work alongside each and every day, I now know that's not the path that was for me. And if I would have just kept pursuing a path purely to make my parents happy and proud, or for just the expectations of others or what it looks like from the outside in, I would not be living the amazing life that I am right now. So, evaluate where everything in your life is coming from and why you are choosing what you are. Life lesson number 9 is one that I learned after a whole year of working 80-hour weeks. And that is the fact that time is your most valuable commodity. I especially learned that after that year of working with people in nursing homes. I cannot tell you how often someone told me that they were just wishing, hoping, praying that they could go back in time to spend more time with their loved ones, or to not spend so much time at work and to realize what's truly important to them. Life lesson number 10, and this one kind of piggybacks off of number 9, and that is just the fact that memories and experiences are so much more valuable to me than possessions ever will be. I will not remember what this house looked like, or what I owned, or a nice handbag, whatever it may be, when I am 90 years old, but I will remember the trip I took with my family out to Colorado. I will remember the amazing honeymoon my husband and I got to take. Or most recently, the trip that I was so thankful to get to go on with my in-laws. Life lesson number 11, and I still need to keep doing better with this one as well, but that is just to stay connected with the people in your life that are important to you. Just here recently, me and my best friend have set up this arrangement where we FaceTime pretty much every Wednesday, with the exception of the fact that just a few weeks ago she had her first child. And so getting that time on a regular basis to just catch up has drastically changed our friendship. And the same goes with calling your family as well. Your grandparents and great-grandparents, if you were ever so blessed, are getting older day by day, and you never know what this life holds, whether that be for someone that's 90 or even your younger sibling. So just take the time out of your day to call someone, text someone, Let them know that you love them and that you're thinking of them. Life lesson number 12 is that people are not thinking about you as much as you think people are thinking about you. Whether that be what you wear, what you do, having a YouTube channel. If they have a thought, it probably is a 1-second fleeting thought and they move on with it, and or they probably won't have the guts to tell it to your face. And even if they do, who cares? Life lesson 13 is that gratitude and just being grateful are the gateway to living a happier, wholesome life. Finding these small, mundane things to be grateful for drastically changes just the way your whole brain is frameworked. And I don't know all the science of that off the top of my head. You are more than welcome to go Google it. Heck, I'll even leave some articles down below for you. But it's a scientifically proven fact that being grateful changes the way you are. It changes the way you sleep, it changes your friendships, it changes your interactions, and thereby it changes your whole life. So be grateful for the little things in life, whether it be from the ground that you walk on, the coffee that you're sipping, an interaction that you had today. I guarantee you can find at least 3 things each and every day to be grateful for. And I say that even through the hardships. Life lesson number 14 is to figure out just where you're comfortable and then push just a little bit farther beyond that and see what happens. Because as they say, growth and change happens just beyond the edge of comfort. I would never have started this YouTube channel if I didn't push myself out of my comfort zone. And it has already changed who I am as a person, and I cannot wait to see what it does in the coming years. Maybe I'll make a video about that some other time, but this has been a life passion of mine for a long time, and I would have never done that if I didn't just take a leap of faith and go for it. Life lesson number 15 is to allow for margin in your life. Allow for some free time, for some leeway, whatever you want to refer to it as. Just make sure that you're not so constantly booked that you're missing out on these small little joys of talking with a friend on the phone, helping a lady out in the grocery store. Whatever it may be, if you are constantly booked and stressed out and running from one thing to the next, you are going to miss out on these small little joys of life. Life lesson number 16 is to always give without the expectation that it will be reciprocated. Whether that be a gift of your time, a physical gift for someone's wedding, and you expect that someone's going to return the same monetary amount of a gift back to you at your own. That's just not a way to live. That's not what we are called to do. We are called to give without expectation and to give with an open heart. Life lesson number 17, and boy is this one true in marriage and probably any relationship, but it's the fact that people cannot read your mind. You have to tell them what you are thinking or what your expectations of them are. Your husband will not know that the fact that he leaves his socks on the ground drives you up the wall if you don't tell him. No one knows what's going on in your head. No one's a mind reader as much as we want them to be, so just tell them what you're thinking. Life lesson number 18, and this one's probably another hard pill to swallow if you are any of the achiever types on the Enneagram. I think it's 1 and 3. And that is, your value is not determined by your achievements. Life lesson number 19 is a recent realization from a conversation with my coworker. And that's the fact that you see what everyone has, not what everyone sacrifices. And this is more so coming about in the conversation of a job, such as doctors, lawyers, professions that are extremely well respected. You know the fact that they probably had a lot of schooling to get there, but you don't understand maybe the relationships that they've sacrificed, the amount of time that they've sacrificed. Or let's say in terms of a marriage. Oftentimes people think that someone's having this most beautiful, amazing marriage, but you don't know the behind the scenes all the sacrifices, all the hardships that someone has faced to get to that point in a marriage or in their life in general. Life lesson number 20, and that's part of the reason why I wanted to wear this dress today, is because if you're having a happy thought or an opinion, voice it with someone. Such as, I was at church the other day and the sweet, sweet girl behind me told me that not only did she love my dress, but that I had the most beautiful hair. And that touched me so much, and it stayed with me throughout the remainder of the day. Just a little comment like that can just change someone's whole outlook on their day. And so if you're having any kind of just happy, wholesome, positive thoughts, share it with that person because it's going to affect them in the same way. And you don't know the butterfly effect that that could have. Life lesson number 21 has taken me several years of chaos and craziness to realize. But that is the fact that sometimes in order to have the life that you want, you have to completely tear your current life all the way down to the ground and build it back up. Life lesson number 22 is that regret and fear are thieves of today, but having faith is the savior. And I say that because having regret over your past or fear of the future does you nothing, but having faith in yourself and God, if you are a spiritual person, whatever it may be, the universe, whoever it is to you, having faith can only better your life because there's no reason to burden yourself with the past or the future because you cannot change either of those. You only have control over what is currently, presently happening and your choices in this moment. Life lesson number 23, and I think that this one is so important, and that is the fact that the voices that you listen to are shaping your future. Whether that be social media, the news, friends, family, movies, music, podcasts, whatever it is, that shapes who you are becoming as a person. That shapes who you're becoming as a person in the future that you are going to have. Life lesson number 24 is that grace costs you nothing. It does not cost you a single penny or ounce of your time to assume the best in others. Whether that be the driver that cuts you off, or your husband, or a friend, or whatever it is. Can we all just take a second to imagine how beautiful life would be if we all assumed the best in others? Okay, we're getting down to the last one. And so with that, I wanted to leave off with life lesson number 25. And that's that comparing yourself and your life to others is just an absolute waste of your time because no other person on this world will ever have the exact same experiences that you have. No one will be raised with the same family. No one will have the same genetics that you do. No one will make the same life choices in the same series at the same time that you will. So comparing someone's point A to your point B or just wherever you are in life is a complete waste. Live your own life on your own timeline, and I think you will be so much happier for it. And as I said at the beginning of this video, this list is not comprehensive whatsoever. I also know that there's so much more that I still have to learn and that I'm continuing to learn day in and day out. But I really hope that you got something from this video. It was really fun for me to make, to look back and reflect on all the things that I've learned in this past year. And I hope that if you have some life lessons of your own, that you would be gracious enough to share them down with me in the comments. I truly would love to read them all. So, if you have the time, feel free to like, subscribe, and please leave a comment down below of your life lessons or what you thought of mine. And I hope you guys have a beautiful and happy rest of your day. I will see you guys again here soon. Bye.